come to exercise 1.4. It is given without actually performing any long division. State whether the following numbers will have terminating decimal or non-terminating recurring decimal. Now let us see few examples. Here I have written 13 upon 3125. I have to concentrate only on the denominator. So the denominator is 3125, which is actually 5 raised to 5. 5 if you multiply 5 times, so it will be 3125. So as the denominator is a product of number 5, so according to the theorem, this will be a terminating decimal, right? Same way, 17 upon 8. 8 we know is 2 raised to 3. So again we can say denominator is a multiple of 2. So this number is also a terminating decimal. But if we come to 64 upon 455, right? 455 is actually 5 into 7 into 13. So here in place of denominator we don't have a multiple of only 5 or 2, we have 7 and 13 also. As the denominator contains a factor 7 and 13 which cannot be cancelled by the numerator 64, so it will be non-terminating decimal. Okay, same way you can see here, we have 2, we have 5, but we have extra this 7. So whenever, according to the theorem, if the denominator contains other than number of 2 and 5, it will be non-terminating decimal. Same way 6 upon 15. 15 is a multiple of 3 and 5. So 3 is extra here. So we can say as it contains 3, so it will be non-terminating decimal. You remember that terminating decimal will come only if the denominator is a multiple of 2, or it is a multiple of 5, or it is multiple of both. Same way 29 by 343. Now 343 is actually 7 the whole cube. So again it doesn't contain 2 at all, and 29 is not getting cancelled by 7, and so this will also be a non-terminating decimal. Okay, 77 upon 210, right? So 210 can be written as 3 into 7 into 10, but 77 we can write as 7 into 11. So even though we cancel this 7, we will be having this 1 3 extra, and so again it will be a non-terminating decimal. Now your second question is, out of these 10 numbers, which one you found to be terminating decimal? See, we found first one was terminating, second one as it contains 8 is terminating, fourth one will be terminating, right? This one also will be terminating, that is 35 upon 50. Okay, that will calculate and see. Even 23 upon 2 raised to 3 and 5 raised to 2. So these numbers are all terminating. So we need to find out the decimal expression of these numbers. Let us do it step by step. Now let us see the first one, 13 upon 3125. I told 3125 is actually 5 raised to 5. So what will be doing? Multiply it by 2 raised to 5. So that the denominator will become 10 raised to 5. Okay, and here we will be getting 2 raised to 5 into 13 will be 416, and so the answer is 0.00416. Same way 17 by 8 means 17 by 2 raised to 3. So multiply and divide by 5 raised to 3. So this will be 17 into 125 upon 2 5s are 10 raised to 3 means 1000 you can write directly. So it will be 2125 upon 1000, which is equal to 2.125. So here also we got the decimal expansion. Same way 15 upon 1600. Now 1600 is 2 raised to 4 into 10 raised to 2. 10 raised to 2 is 100. So again you multiply it by 5 raised to 4 upon 5 raised to 4. So you will be getting 9375 upon 10 raised to 6, and so the answer is 0.09375. Next one, 23 upon 2 cube into 5 square. So here we have to add only 1 5. Okay, so what we will be adding here? 23 upon 2 raised to 3 into 5 square into 5. Okay, so that we will be getting 5 cube in the denominator. So this will be equal to 23 into 5. Okay, so this will be 115 upon 10 raised to 3. So it will be 115 upon 1000, which is 0.115. Okay, in this way you can find out the rest of the sums also. 6 upon 15, now this will be, the common factor will be 3, so 3 2s are and 3 5s are. So we will be getting 2 upon 5, multiply and divide by 2 by 2, 4 upon 10, the answer is 0.4. Same way here also we can cancel, 5 7s are, 5 10s are, directly 7 upon 10, the answer is 0.7. In this way you can do many more sums. Let us see our last question. These three numbers are given to you and with their decimal expressions. In each case we need to decide whether they are rational or not. If they are rational and of the form p upon q, what can you say about the prime factors q? Okay, so that means we have to decide about the denominator. The first number is 43.123456789. As it is a terminating decimal. Now we have already learned in our earlier classes, if it is a terminating decimal, so obviously it is a rational number. Okay, and second thing is we need to discuss about the denominator, that means q. So the denominator q, as it is a terminating decimal, it will be of the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to m. Now let us come to the next number, which is 0.1201200 and so on. Now this number is non-terminating and non-recurring. As the number is non-recurring, so it is an irrational number. So we cannot decide about q because it is an irrational number. The last one, 43.123456789, the whole bar. Again it is non-terminating but recurring decimal, and so it is a rational number. We know rational numbers are of two types. Either it is a terminating decimal or it is non-terminating but recurring decimal, right? So we can say that here, as it is non-terminating and recurring decimal, so given rational number is of the form p upon q, and again q must be of the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n with some other number. Okay, so here we have completed our chapter.